It's fine, Josh. Okay, Josh, take it away.
Well, first, before I take it away, I have to punch in the
Address.
address. Yep. Okay, we should get there right before 8 o'clock. Here's when our reservation is at.
Yep.
Okay.
So you want to talk about that weird toilet I sent you?
Well, it's just one of the AI pictures. It's an iguana toilet, and we'll be taking a closer look at that, I assume, later.
Yes, when we, after we get done with...
Buckled in?
Yep.
Okay,
After
right.
we get done with the tubing, we'll come back to the car and do the AI pictures before going to the library.
Got it.
And I'm telling you, the toilets this time around are very unique and...
Okay, so we're not doing a lava toilet,
No.
or a toilet made of poop, or...
No.
Okay, or a barbed wire toilet, or...
No.
Okay, good.
Out of the 91 pictures, there is one image from the donuts that is lava based.
Oh, okay.
But just wait till you see it.
We got spider donuts? Is that what we
No.
got? Okay.
So what are we doing today, co-host?
Well, we're going to head out to Chicopee Mountain, and I'm going to try not to freak out as we go down the hill.
Yes.
And are you excited to go down the hill?
Yes, I am. I'm
Okay.
actually very excited this time.
Good, good. So,
Initially, I will have the fear creep up a bit,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be too much.
all right.
So how have you been liking the weather lately?
I mean, yesterday was pretty bad driving home. There was blowing snow on the road, and there was regular snow coming down from the sky, and I had to go home at 30 kilometers an hour, and there were points where I couldn't see in front of me. That was pretty scary.
So, do you want to talk about your reaction to Wonder Man?
So Wonder Man is extremely boring.
Is it as boring as Skinamarink?
No, it's not as boring as Skinamarink, because
So
it's not as boring as Skinamarink. Because
Wonder Man didn't make you fall asleep?
No, it didn't make me fall asleep, but the whole thing is, this guy Simon Williams is an actor, and he's a really big. There was this Wonder Man movie back in the day, and so now this director is doing another version of Wonder Man, and they also have Ben Kingsley doing that thing where he's the Mandarin. Remember?
Oh, the Mandarin came back?
Yep. So it's like, I don't know who it is in Disney who thinks, Marvel, who thinks that guy
Oh,
is
and
like...
by the way, the CEO has been replaced.
Yep. Yeah, I know. But I don't really think it's up to him to really... I don't think it's really his fault. Like, it's just not clear what's going on or why. But for someone in that company really thinks that Ben Kingsley is a great actor, it has nothing to do with his performance, but someone really thinks that this guy needs to be the Mandarin, and and spoiler alert, he does go back into being the Mandarin for a little bit. So basically, Simon Williams gets mad because the Mandarin is actually tricking him, and there's this thing like in the actual movie where like the Mandarin's sort of scientist, not the Mandarin, the Wonder Man is a scientist buddy named Barnaby, which you don't ever actually see.
Have you ever heard "Does Your Ears Hang Low"?
Oh yeah. That was a Sharon Lois and Bram song when I was growing up. Stupid. There's a line in there that goes, "Can you throw him over your shoulder like a continental soldier?" What does that even mean? What's a continental soldier? Is that even American?
And also, that song was popular on Barney.
Oh yeah, that's true. Huh.
Because they sang that song on a farm.
They did?
I saw the clip.
Oh.
And thanks to you, I'm now getting into the Potter Puppet Pals.
Oh, you actually watched the Potter Puppet Pals, huh?
Yes.
Did you see the clip I did the embarrassment based on?
Yes.
Snape.
Severus Snape.
Dumbledore.
Ron Weasley. Hermione. Harry Potter. Oh, Harry Potter. Oh. I found the source of the ticking. It's a pipe bomb.
Yay!
Voldemort, Voldemort, ooh, Voldy, 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 Voldemort.
I don't know.
And also, it's the Muppet Show! Yay!
Yeah, speaking of the Muppet Show, Devin and I watched the half-hour special with Seth Rogen and Sabrina Carpenter and Maya Rudolph. It was really good. It was an episode of the Muppet Show from as if the original Muppet Show. There was nothing surprising about it. It wasn't like, oh wow, the Muppets did this. It was the Muppet Show.
Did Jack Black show up?
No, he did not show up.
He did show up in the 2011 Muppet movie.
Yes, he did, but he didn't show up on this. It was Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter did Man-Child and did a bunch of skits with Miss Piggy and whatever.
I hear sirens.
Yeah, me too. I don't know where they're coming from though. Sounds like it's behind us, but I don't know where that is.
And also during this week, I did a combination of the Running Blouse, Rick Roll, and the Macarena.
That's amazing. Where'd you do all this? Was it on the Snow Mountain or something?
No.
Oh. Is anybody else online done the Running Blouse?
Nope.
Okay.
What did you think of that video?
I was surprised that I never thought in my wildest dreams that the Running Blouse would be in South Carolina. But there you go. Now all I have to do is wait until it becomes a TikTok trend or something. I never imagined in my wildest dreams that it would ever be anything other than some dumb thing I did at camp a decade ago.
Yep. That's because we now have a new fan for the channel.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Moneybags.
What is Mr. Moneybags' deal? Is he just does he have a lot of money? Is that why they call him Mr. Moneybags?
I don't know. And also Deadpool also mentioned Mr. Moneybags in the game of Deadpool. Because of
the PlayStation game of Deadpool?
Yeah.
I do not remember that. Where does that happen? Then again, I haven't seen that game all the way through in a while. Mostly just
it was when the people took Chance White away from Deadpool. Is that what do they want with Mr. Moneybags anyways?
Yeah. I think it would be obvious what they want for Mr. Moneybags. It's in his name.
And then obviously we have Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
No, it was Blockbuster that put an end to Chance White.
Yeah, that's true. So, Wonder Man is to answer your question, Wonder Man is boring. And the whole thing is about, is Simon Williams going to be the actor that plays Wonder Man while also being Wonder Man? And so, let me tell you about this really weird part that I could not believe I was seeing. There's this other superhero called Darren the Doorman something or other. This is an actual superhero in Marvel, where people can go into him and come out some other place.
Oh my god!
And so Josh Gad and Joe Pantoliano is actually in the. You know who Joe Pantoliano is, right?
No.
He plays Cypher in The Matrix.
Wow.
Okay, so he's in there for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden, here's Josh Gad, and Josh Gad wants Darren the Doorman to be in his new movie. And so... Let
me guess, Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money?
No, it's not Spaceballs 2. There's no references to Spaceballs 2. That would have been actually funny if they'd done that. But what happens is Josh Gad, Darren the Doorman gets, fame isn't working out so well for him because everyone just wants him to keep saying this stupid catchphrase he has. I don't even remember what it was because I was not even fully... I was trying to make myself pay attention, but my brain was just going elsewhere because it was so boring. Anyway, Jack Black, he starts drinking heavily, and then suddenly he throws up when Josh Gad goes into him, and then Josh Gad never comes out of him. So no one knows where Josh Gad is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is a very important plot point because the whole reason why Simon Williams cannot use his powers is because if you're an actor and you use your powers, you get thrown in jail. Someone passed another one of those Marvel laws. Nope, you can't have super-powered people on movie sets because Josh Gad disappeared into Darren the Doorman, I don't know, Garbage Man Garrison or whatever his name was.
Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison.
Thank you. I'm just making up a name because I cannot remember this dude's name because he only showed up in one episode. And it was oh, hey, this guy's a comedian who's in a movie because he has a funny line. And then people get sick of the line. He starts drinking, and then Josh Gad jumps into him, and he never comes out. And what? Is Josh Gad dead? Is he, in another dimension? What? So this is what Marvel is turning into.
Hey, you ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
No, but I have to wonder what happens when Josh Gad goes into a guy and doesn't come out now. That's the thing that happened. Like, okay, we went from Avengers Infinity War to this. Like, it's just sad at this point. And I don't know, and I was actually watching this, I was like, I don't know why I'm still watching this. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be good, but I didn't think I was going to be watching this. It's just like someone had this.
Is it on par with the Marvels?
No, the Marvel... Okay, so it's kind of stupid in the same way that the Marvels is, and that the Marvels thinks it's hilarious, and this thinks it's really hilarious, but where nothing really happens, because I can't tell you what happens, what's new as a result of the Marvels. It's kind of just like, we got to get this movie done on the way to Doomsday or something, because Wonder Man's going to be in Doomsday or something. I don't know if he's ever going to come back, if there's going to be a second season. There could be a second season of Wonder Man. I don't know why they would do that, but they might. I heard that they might do that. I don't know if I'll watch it. I might watch it. And they put out all 8 episodes on the same day. So it was like, I had a very slow day at work, and I watched like 3 episodes of Wonder Man. By the end, I was just like, I cannot wait for this to be over. We never watched a Superman movie, did we?
No.
Okay, so there's this frizzy-haired guy who's like the president of Boravia or whatever, like the evil country that's going to invade the other country. So this,
Are you and Devin going to watch Supergirl?
Maybe. We could.
Because that's coming out this year.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see the newest trailer for Mario?
I did.
Where Yoshi...
Yeah, Yoshi's there, Birdo's there, a bunch of people from Super Mario Brothers 2 are there. Yeah, and Devin's excited because she really likes Kendrick Lamar. And she's also a big fan of Yoshi because she thinks Yoshi's cute. And she likes
so Kendrick Lamar is the voice of Yoshi?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, he seems to be doing it. It's not hard to do Yoshi's voice. It sounds like he's just doing it for fun. I don't mind that. And also something that's surprisingly good is Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is the new Game of Thrones things. So we now have 3 Game of Thrones shows. There's regular Game of Thrones. There's
House of the Dragon,
which is still ongoing, and now we have A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is by far the best of the 3. It's really good, and it's good because it's very slow and not a lot happens, and it's a good change from, oh, this thing is the battle for the fate of the kingdom and whatever, because there's no battles for the fate of the kingdom. It's about a guy named Dunk who is a lowly knight, and he ends up being friends with this this guy who eventually becomes king, and he eventually becomes like head of his King's Guard, which is like his elite bodyguard. And he's just like the ideal knight, and he's like a regular guy who doesn't have a lot of money, and he's very like awkward, but he's also a really big dude, so he can handle himself in a fight. And now everyone's like on his side because, you know, there's this prince, and the prince is really mean, and he goes after this girl that Dunk likes, and Dunk punches the prince in the face. So it's like, oh no, what's going to happen now? I've read these books. These are actually the first thing that George R.R. Martin wrote when he was introducing the universe of A Song of Ice and Fire, or whatever he calls it. So there are 3 very short novels. I've read all 3 of them. They are very good, but they're very early. And so you'll have like a 5-minute sequence of Dunk and his squire Egg, who's actually Aegon Targaryen the 5th, who's the 5th Aegon Targaryen king, who is like, I believe, the king that came right before the king who became there was the Mad King Aerys II, who was
Enough with the Christmas decorations. Look up ahead. There's a lot of Christmas decorations still up.
Are you sure those are Christmas decorations?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because it's Christmas decorations of Christmas trees.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I can see them now. Yeah, I wasn't close enough. I couldn't see from that far. Yep. Well, I mean, they're not going to put anything else up until, like, you guys don't have any big deal holidays for a while now. It's like, I guess, not until Easter. When's Easter?
It's probably in April.
Okay, so...
Or it's usually April, but sometimes it could be in March.
All right, well, we're going to have Christmas trees for a while because we don't have, any major holidays.
Well, I know... Well, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yeah, but we're not going to have Valentine's Day, things in the street. Oh, that would be fun if they did that. But...
Yeah, see? Christmas trees.
Yep, you're right. They were Christmas trees. I couldn't see them from back where I was.
Yeah, I saw the newest teaser that Yoshi actually eats Kamek, and Yoshi lays Kamek's egg.
Yep,
with the glasses.
That's what he does.
So Kamek is Yoshi's enemy?
Well, yes, because Kamek actually, in a game called Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, which came out in like 1994, I believe.
The year I was born.
Yeah. 1994 was a big year for the Super Nintendo. And one of the classic games of the Super Nintendo was Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, which is a prequel to all the Mario adventures, where you play as Yoshi and Mario is a baby. So you remember how Mario was like a child and baby Mario is a character?
Yes, and baby Mario will show up in the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Yep. That makes sense because it was kind of teased in the first one, because they showed Mario and Luigi as kids. So, in Baby Mario, you can play as Baby Mario in some of the Mario Kart games. Honestly, I don't understand the point of playing as him unless you're a big fan of that particular character.
And another game that was really popular in 1994 was the Lion King game.
I don't think that was as popular as Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. It certainly came out in 1994 because the movie did it.
So what did 10-year-old Josh think of the Lion King in 1994?
10-year-old Josh couldn't get past the second stage.
I meant the movie.
Oh, I thought the Lion King was a pretty... I didn't know it was going to be as important as it did, because I was still like I was all about Aladdin. Aladdin was my favorite movie, because the Lion King is not as high energy and doesn't have as much action as Aladdin.
Well, trust me, the elephant graveyard, the gorge scene, and the final battle.
There's a lot of great scenes in the Lion King, but it's a lot slower than Aladdin. So I was still a fan of Aladdin. I was like, come on, they're not going to top that. And when I watched it, I was like, okay, that was pretty good. But now I understand that it's basically 30 years after. Yeah, definitely Lion King is a bigger deal than Aladdin. I have no problem admitting that.
Yes.
You asked me about Kamek and Yoshi. So
yeah.
Baby Bowser, like everyone's a baby in Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, except for the Yoshis, who kind of have this was meant to explain what the Yoshi debuted in Super Mario World, which was one of the launch titles for the Super Nintendo way back in 1991. So by 1994, it's like, okay, we got to do something super different, and we have a game where you play as Yoshi and you're carrying baby Mario and you're trying to rescue baby Luigi, who's been captured by Kamek. Knows that Kamek, because he's an evil wizard, he can sort of see the future, and he can tell that, oh no, these Mario brothers are going to make a lot of trouble for the Koopa clan, right?
Yep.
So Kamek has actually been taking care of Bowser since Bowser was a baby. So when he shows up in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, you're like, okay, it actually, people don't know, but if you are familiar with Mario lore, you know that Kamek is been taking care of Bowser ever since he was a baby, because he shows up and he's basically directing this effort, and he shows up in the mini boss and boss levels, and he creates the bosses for Yoshi to fight, and he keeps taunting Yoshi and saying, I've got to stop you, Yoshi, I'm going to keep it so that you never get to Bowser's castle and save your brother. So yes, Kamek does interact with the Yoshis. I don't think he interacts with the particular Yoshi, because the Yoshis are a species, and they're different colored Yoshis. The standard Yoshi is green, but there are Yoshis of all different colors of the rainbow, and any color you can think of. So the entire Yoshi spirit species has a long-standing battle with the Koopas, which means that Kamek knows all about the Yoshis. There was a comic where Kamek imprisoned all the Yoshis in eggs and turned them into slaves using a spell, but they broke free, and they basically destroyed Bowser's wedding cake. So, yes, there is a long-standing battle between Kamek and the Yoshis and all the Mario Brothers game.
Two other games that were popular in the 90s was Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
It's true. But did that answer your question about the relationship between Kamek and the Yoshis?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, so they have a long-standing battle.
Which is more popular, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Okay, it goes back and forth. I feel like Mortal Kombat has been better known over the last little while. I think the Street Fighter games are better in general, and they're more fun to play. And now with the movie coming out, the movie could be really good, and they could take back over for Street Fighter. And as you know, the Mortal Kombat Street Fighter fight is a proxy for Marvel versus DC.
Yes.
Because Marvel and Street Fighter have been duking it out since the 90s. And so by default, DC actually used to be involved with Capcom. for a while, but not anymore. DC was involved with like Blizzard Entertainment, which did World of Warcraft.
Yes, and South Park had to parody World of Warcraft.
Yeah, because it was a bigger deal back when South Park started. But DC is owned by Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers bought Mortal Kombat, so there have been kind of like in-jokes of Mortal Kombat in the Warner Brothers properties. Like, for example, like Shaggy shows up during, or Scorpion shows up during like a Scooby-Doo movie, and Scorpion yells, "Get over here!" and pulls Shaggy into the Warner Brothers logo.
Yes, and also, what is the worst Mortal Kombat game in your mind?
Oh, that would have to be Mortal Kombat Mythology starring Sub-Zero for the Super Nintendo, for the N64. Basically, it's an RPG with Sub-Zero, but you're still playing Mortal Kombat.
And
you level up, you battle enemies one after another. It's kind of like, you remember I showed you Batman Forever?
Yes.
It's the same idea, except it's more of an RPG than Batman Forever was. You go out and you fight this like one enemy, and then you have a Mortal Kombat fight against him. Then you fight another enemy in Mortal Kombat against him. You're running all over and exploring all these worlds, because in Mortal Kombat, like the original Mortal Kombat, you've seen that you can run around and this is after Mortal Kombat 3, so you can actually run. Because remember, I showed you in the Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, you could not run. You could just kind of like walk back and forth slowly and jump.
Everyone thinks Mortal Kombat versus DC is pretty bad too.
It is pretty bad, but it's not as bad as Mortal Kombat. It's not as bad as...
And Sub-Zero Mythology, that's in the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection.
I know. So if you ever play the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, I'd like you to try playing Mortal Kombat Mythologies. Because you have to... Okay, imagine having to unlock Sub-Zero's powers.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you have to run around a world and make it so that Sub-Zero can freeze people. Imagine that would be the case. Can you handle that? I don't think so.
And another game that's on that list of bad Mortal Kombat is Special Forces.
Yeah. Mostly it's the tie-ins that are the worst Mortal Kombat games. Mortal Kombat versus DC is not all that bad. I don't find it to be that terrible, but it has a pretty funny line where the Joker, or they're talking because Darkseid has merged together with Shao Kahn. And the story of Mortal Kombat versus DC is the Mortal Kombat universe and the DC universe are merging. For what reason, I don't know. And they have this gimmick called Rage, where it's like, suddenly the Joker has enough power to take out Superman. Or, like, because admittedly, it is a little weird that the Joker can beat up Superman in a random Mortal Kombat match. That is a little bit weird, you have to admit that.
And all the fatalities in Mortal Kombat versus DC is very toned down.
Yeah. Well, that's because it doesn't make sense for Wonder Woman to start killing people. Superman doesn't kill people. What is this? This isn't the Zack Snyder Superman. Come on. So instead there were heroic brutalities.
But Superman does kill people in Injustice.
No, I'm aware of that. That's supposed to be him crossing the line. It's like, oh shit, Superman really messed up there. Anyway.
Oh, and I think I see...
Yep, there it is. We're getting real close.
Looking forward to... Are you going to go down the mountain again by yourself first?
I don't think I'm going to go down the mountain by myself first.
You've learned that mistake?
No, I don't feel like doing it by myself.
And make sure you have your hat and mitts on this time.
Oh yeah, I'm going to have my hat and mitts on. I've got my mitts. I've got my coat that I'm going to put over my hoodie that I have here. So I'm going to be very prepared for that. And I'm also going to take my glasses off so they don't go... I've always been worried that my glasses are going to fly off. Because if my glasses fly off, I'm screwed. Like, I won't be able to do anything. I can't see very well without my glasses.
We're 1.5 kilometers away.
That's right.
I'm looking forward for some shot at redemption.
Okay. What else? What am I trying to say? There is a funny moment in Mortal Kombat versus DC. So Shao Kahn and Darkseid have kind of merged together, and what do you think they create when they get merged together?
What?
You get Dark Khan, which is a kind of a stupid name, I'll admit.
Kind of a rip-off of Donkey Kong.
I suppose that's not really brought up there because we're not dealing with Nintendo stuff.
Oh, we forgot to stop at the Hespeler Road Tim
Oh shit!
Hortons.
I'm sorry.
We can do that on the way back.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to be late because we gotta have our reservation at 8 o'clock.
Yes. And I'm hoping we can go down at least twice this time.
All right, we'll see about that. See how cold we are after the first one or second one.
Yeah, because it's minus 14 right now.
It is. It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be minus 20.
Well, it was very cold this morning.
That's true, it was. So at one point, somebody says like the Joker's hanging around, and there's a story mode where you play as this person and you play as this person, and the whole thing is just an excuse to have like battles with people until everybody gets together and all the MK people and all the DC people are fighting. Okay, that makes sense. So you have random groupings of people that you meet up with and you have battles. And so the Joker is in Mortal Kombat versus DC.
The Joker is also in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yes, that's true, because he was a pretty popular fight. He was one of the more popular fighters to use, and the reason why, like, Shao Kahn has a clown fatality in one of the games is because that's the fatality that the Joker did, because he was one of the more popular characters to fight as because, well, he's the Joker.
Here we are.
Yes, here we are. So anyway, they do some random bit of dialogue, and someone mentions Dark Khan's name. So have you ever seen Star Trek II? The Wrath
Khan!
Yes, that's what the Joker does. He does this loud, Khan! And then Deathstroke, who's also in the game, looks at him and goes, shut up or I'll gut you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because Deathstroke, also being a DC villain, knows the Joker, and he's not a fan.
Okay, time for you to get up.
Yeah.
Time for you to get all dressed.
Well, I will be dressed up in not very much longer. I gotta get my gloves on. I might have to fill out the waiver or something when they send to